Okay, now it's time for a little ads creation, and I'm going to actually start with an easier of the handful of these ads, which is the engagement ad, and then I will show you the traffic ads. Okay, but so I showed you the boost post. If you watched that one first, hopefully you did, and you're watching these in order. But anyhow, the next kind of tiered one I think is just as to kind of move you up the ladder or the ascension of what I would recommend. The next one that's easy is the engagement. Okay, because these engagement are ads that are based on the face, your existing posts. So it's already a post that you've created that you just go in and you make an engagement ad with it. Okay, and you have call to actions, things like that on it. So we're going to just use engagement test. Okay, then I click continue. Now I'm going to have to walk you through this if this is the first time you've seen this. It defaults to the United States in most cases, or whatever country you happen to be in. You can see that the potential reach is 220 million. So that's a lot of people in the United States on there if I was to leave everything as is. All right. Now, what happens is in the there's some things you're going to have to know, and I'll go through each one of these as I show you different ad placements. But this one's going to be just a post engagement ad. Now, if you wanted to on the post engagements, you've got a couple things. You could use that one as the boost post and do a boost post through a connection. So if you added a connection type, you could do this similar to what a boost post is. Okay. And if you put like people who like your page and you typed in Mike Healy, okay, boom, that's the page that I would host. Okay. So just to show you that. So we're going to disconnect that. But anyhow, on the locations, depending on where you're trying to, obviously the target market that you're trying to go to, you would be going into either the United States or you can put any type of thing you want in there. You can add another country if you wanted to, or one other one if your business is worldwide. Oops, got to spell it right. Put my fingers in the right spots. Come on. Sorry. If you click worldwide, watch this audience jump. 2.1 billion with a B people potentially that you can target. Okay, so if you had a business that could go globally, you could do that. Obviously, let's just go back to the United States because that's where I'm from, and we'll just leave it at that. Now, hopefully you've gone in, and I'm going to you look at the video that I did on audience insights that kind of helped you to target, find your target market. Okay, and maybe you like your age group. Now, in most cases, depending on what you're trying to accomplish, you may want to adjust the age groups. If you look at the audience insights and you realize that, hey, my best audience is between 25 and 35, you just scroll and find it, and they're all and it would be men would be good to go. Okay, I typically leave all because I did run an ad one time recently that I only targeted women for some reason, and it actually didn't allow that ad to go through because it was too segregated or whatever it might have been. So anyhow, languages, I do typically put English in here, and it'll give you UK English or US English or all. Okay, obviously either one would matter. And then detailed targeting. Excuse me. Detailed targeting is where you would be going in like an audience insights when we go through and you found that a relevant group of people targeted a certain niche page, like somebody's page. As an example, in network marketing, maybe it's Jim Rohn. Okay, and if I click on it, you can see as I mouse over this, you'll see right here that it shows there's a potential interest of 3.5 million people who've liked that. Jim Ross, I don't know who that is, and so on. But Jim Rohn would be the one that I know is a network marketing kind of trainer. The audience is fairly broad. It's 1.2 million people, which for an engagement ad is not that bad, right? That's kind of broad, and I'll show you how to dial those things down later. But we're just going to show that. The other thing is if I was targeting some people, you can exclude people that you don't want. Like you could exclude a group, you just click on it. And basically, I want people that like Jim Rohn but aren't associated or don't like X. Okay. Now, the other thing is what's really cool is, let's say you knew Jim Rohn was somebody that you wanted to target with a network marketing ad, or, go after that market. If you put the first one in here, you can click on suggestions, and it will actually give you all of these different interests that will come up of different of what Facebook has found that other people that like Jim Rohn potentially have in common with these people. If you can see, like ACN is a network marketing company. There's network marketing as a job title, people that have the job title of network marketing. There's interests, job titles, employers. Let me see what else we got on here. Some of them will be like groups. You can target doTERRA as a network marketing company, entrepreneurship, The Secret Book, Herbalife as a network marketing company, that kind of thing. So what's cool is you can do that. Now here's something though to consider. If you clicked on Jim Rohn and you had 1.2 million people, and then I clicked on suggestions and I wanted to go to like Robert Kiyosaki, and I clicked it, you see it jumped to 7.5. So it added a huge amount of people that were involved in that as well. Now, what I'm trying to, I don't know if I can do it on this video, but let me see. If I click on network marketing, multi-level marketing, it jumped to 7.7 again. But here, so I don't have to go through and waste your time on this. In some cases, if you have an interest that you click on and you do not see this number jump, then I would actually delete that out, because what it is doing is it didn't increase your audience size, because it might just be targeting the same person, and it's kind of a wasted interest. So, that's kind of what I look for, is if I add Jim Rohn and then I add somebody else, Brian Tracy, and it goes up to 1.6, then I leave it. If it, doesn't, it stays at 1.2, I just delete that out. Okay. So I typically also, I may, if it's just a broad awareness, like this one, a post engagement ad, I would, a lot of times I'll click on suggestions and I will add, multi-level marketing as an interest. And it went up to 7.7 million. Network marketing as an interest. Oh, that's what I was looking for right there. You see, that interest and that interest are identical. So when I added it, nothing changed. So I'm just going to take out network marketing. And then let's say Brian Tracy, see if it makes my thing go up. Didn't. Okay. So the interest itself is fairly broad, along with Jim Rohn. In fact, I'm going to take Jim Rohn out, and it might not even change that number. Yeah, it dropped by 200,000. So I would leave now multi-level marketing just in there by itself, because those are people that have identified as an interest that they are interested in, obviously, multi-level marketing or network marketing. Either one of them would work. They're the same. Now, what I do then is I go down here. Okay, so now we're going to figure out where we're going to placements or put our ad. The default one is automatic placements. I never use this, and I'll tell you why. Because when I go to edit placements, they have this thing down here called the Facebook Audience Network, which I don't want my Facebook ads running anywhere else except Facebook. Okay. Now, so what I did is I clicked on, so it was defaulted to automatic, and I clicked edit. Now, all devices, I always leave this pretty much the same unless I'm doing multiple or separate ad groups, but I typically leave all devices. Now, what I do is I click on this, and it unchecks all of these boxes, and I usually only use feeds. Feeds are the ones in the middle. Right columns, you've seen the right column ones. They're kind of, it kind of gives you the example, the ones on the far right. I've never used those, and each time you mouse over one, it kind of shows you where that ad is. Instant articles is okay, but that would be something like a blog post I might use. But other than that, I only use feeds. And then I do have an Instagram account, which if you don't, you should set one up and connect them. And in the Instagram feeds, I just have the feed. I never have the story, because in some cases it'll actually default to the story, and I uncheck audience network. So really the only place that this ad is going to serve is in the feed, which is the main section of Facebook, on mobile or desktop, and the same thing with the feed of Instagram. Okay, so you see, when I mouse over it, it changes, that kind of thing. So it's kind of cool. You can see an example. I got a huge, broad audience right here because I'm just targeting network marketers and so on. Now, I leave all this stuff on. I really don't touch any of this. Now, in a lot of cases, this is going to be a daily budget, or you can do a lifetime budget. All right. Now, a lifetime budget is something that I would recommend. Let's say you know that your traffic is worth $20. Okay. What you're going to do is, the reason this is defaulted is it's not enough. It's spread out for an entire 30 days. So today's January 12th when I'm making this video. The end date, I might only want to run this, maybe say today's the 12th, maybe I only want to run this to the 16th. So when I click that, it fixed the start date and so on. The start date is in the past. Oh, okay, I see what it's saying. So 9:15 a.m. I'll just change it to p.m. and it'll serve it up. Okay, so that you see that went away. So really what I want to do is I want to spread $20 over this period. Now, let me give you this little warning or suggestion. I would maybe test with $10 on a lifetime budget, and then maybe you could test $5 or $1 on a daily budget. Now, the difference is, though, is on a lifetime budget, Facebook's not going to burn through your money without really getting you results, whereas a daily budget, if you say I want to spend $11, they are going to spend your whole $11. Now, I do use daily budgets more often than lifetime. Okay, so just throwing that out there as to what I do. There are different people that will suggest different things, but I've had success with just doing a daily budget of, I test everything at like $1 to $5 and see how it works, and then I up it, or I will duplicate that ad and maybe do a lifetime budget and see on. Okay, but this is kind of how you set your ad schedule up, and this is where it's going to spend your money, which is obviously real important. Optimize for ad delivery. I already had that as post engagement. I don't touch any of these things down here as well. Okay, now continue is very simple. If we're going to go to now the ad kind of identity and creation. So this was the main part of our campaign. This was the ad set with the parameters of the audience, placement, and budgets. Now we have to create our ad. Okay, now on the identity, you can give it an ad name if you wanted to. Okay, in a lot of cases, times I do, most times I just forget. But what's going to happen is if you have multiple pages, you're going to notice that there's a little drop down arrow. You can click on it and you'll see that I have 19 pages that I could choose from to make an ad. Or if you have more than that, you can just search it. That way you don't scroll a bunch. Okay, some people have lots of accounts. My Instagram account is already attached to this. I did connect it. Obviously, Facebook owns Instagram, and I would highly recommend it because there's a lot. It's very cheap to run Instagram ads. In fact, I will set up ads that only advertise on Facebook. So if I'm back into the placements area, I'll turn off Facebook feeds and use only Instagram feeds in some cases if it's just images, because they're different platforms and they kind of have different types of people going there. I would say that the older audience, probably 35 and above, are primarily on Facebook, whereas your younger audience is definitely on Instagram. Okay, and some of them will mix and match and migrate and so on. Okay, so I'm going to use my Mike Healy because I'm going to run a Mike Healy ad of one of my posts. That's a post engagement. We set those parameters up. I have to go in and select the post. So I click. Now the plus button allows you to actually create a new page post if you wanted to. I only do this because I already have it on there, and maybe I saw that it was getting some traffic. So when I click on it, it's going to pull these up and show me kind of what the likes are and so on. And I'll look through and okay, so did you know? And then I'll click on that one so it shows me what it's got. You can go through and you can see which ones have some engagement or so on. And then I click continue, and it's going to load the ad right here that basically shows this ad. Okay, so this is me finding the creating the post engagement ad of the ad or the post itself. This is what it looks like on mobile. This is what it looks like on desktop. And this is if it's running an Instagram. And Instagram, it typically automatically plays. It depends on if you got to turn your sound on or not. Okay, so it's kind of cool. You can see these and so on. Now, so I've left that in there. I have the, all these things. So it already had the images that it automatically pulled up. So I kind of just leave that. And what you do then is you just kind of scroll down. And that was pretty much it. Once I find my ad or my post that I was going to run as an ad, I'm good to go right here. Scroll down, and all you have to do is click confirm, and literally you are up and running. Now again, I mentioned this before, but it doesn't hurt to say it multiple times. If you have text in your ad, if the ad has too much text in it, like more than 20% of your image has text, they will disapprove your ad. The other thing that you want to consider is you must, but actually they'll probably make you, but you want to go in and you want to look at in the back office. It'll be under like the help section or something. There it is. If you click on help and you go in and you type in advertising guidelines, you want to read those in here as to what you can and can't say in your ad. As an example, you cannot, in today's day and age, you cannot call out somebody. Like you can't run an ad that says, "Are you sick and tired of being broke? Or are you sick and tired of being that?" It will actually disapprove that ad because you said sick and tired. You were actually calling out someone's personal issue. You can't call out weight. You can't call out ailments. You can't call out certain things. So you have to be a little more creative there, somewhat keep it generic and so on. And I'll tell you why I think there's okay with that. You can, and so on. And I'll show you that when we do a real ad creation here shortly on the next video. So anyhow, post engagement, real simple. You run through those things after you figured out your target market, your demographics, things like that. Click confirm, it'll fire it up. And typically your ads will run within about, usually you can get it confirmed within a few hours and so on. Some of them are real quick, depending if you've run one that's similar to it before. They might automatically approve it. If it's an ad that you already created but you duplicated it, it'll usually get approved almost immediately. But give it a little bit of time, go in and check it out and find out what your ads are running, and you'll be good to go. All right, see you on the next video.